Well, Eric July did it again. This is his third successful campaign, which now has $1 million or more raised. And of course, I went online yesterday. I was very excited to see what the reactions were going to be like this. And it's the haters, the brigade, going again saying, this is actually a failure that he made $1 million. Yes, you can't make this stuff up. I don't understand how anybody could ever come to that conclusion, but you know what? This is what they do every single time. They move the goalposts, and of course, I'm going to get into in a second exactly why they move the goalposts and what that is. It's really crazy, but this is exactly what you expect from them because it's always something that's nonsensical. It's always something that, like, if anybody else made $1 million on a comic, they'd be like, wow, this is the most exciting, successful comic ever. But with Eric July, it has to be bad every single time. And a lot of these people are even back in the campaign, from my understanding. Some of his haters are excited for this because they're excited for Chuck Dixon. They're excited for Joe Bennett. There's a creative team on this, which is really top tier, the best in the business, and of course that's why it is such a success. But I'm going to explain exactly what's going on in just a moment. My name is John Delarose. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please hit the like and subscribe button. We cover indie comics here. We cover the comic industry and cover the culture war. So if that's the type of content you like, I really appreciate your being here. I also make my own comics. I have my own called Top Grift online right now. This is a sort of real life type story about a guy overcoming online grifters and of course becoming his own man. It's something I wanted to tell because I think in this internet age where we're at these days, there's too many people simping, there's too many people falling for online scams and things like that. So I wanted to highlight that and make a aspirational story where it's something different. Now, I teamed up with Mike Miller from Injustice on DC, so I've got some of the best art, again, in the business on this book. It's just a matter of getting people to see it. It's on a site called Fund by Comic. Now, Fund by Comic is owned by a great guy who is, of course, in favor of free speech. So please check this out in the description below. Let's get us over 3,000. I think we need like 2 backers to get there right now, and I would love to get this book into your hands. It's probably going to be out like January, February. The art is almost done. Thank you so much for your support, everybody. So here it is, Alphacore campaign. This is what we're looking at, $1 million total sales with almost 10,000 purchasers. Now, everybody's going to be like, this is what the haters are saying. Oh, it didn't make $1 million in its like first 3 days. It took like a week. Ugh. That's literally what I'm saying online. Well, one, we're getting to the Thanksgiving holiday, so something that is this close to Christmas versus something that is during the summer, you can't compare just from a retail perspective. When you run crowdfunds, it's known at this time of year, from November, December, you just don't run anything. I'm stupid for launching my campaign during November also, but that is what it is. So it's just the time of the year, for one. But for two, I've mentioned this in articles I've written about this for Bounding Into Comics and, of course, on the channel here. This book costs $9 less per book than ISOM number 2 did. Eric July discounted it because he knows that, of course, this is something he can get into people's hands now that they have this sort of rapport going on after a third sort of deal. You go, okay, my business model's this, and I can actually make it a little easier on the customers. And that's a great thing. The fact that it is cheaper and that it's got less money is actually better for the customers here. So if you do the math on the amount of books sold, which looks like about 7, 10, 15, 16, plus, almost 17,000. So let's go 17,000. And then you do times 9. That is 153,000 that Eric just left on the table right here. So this would be at 1.15 million right now if Eric had priced it the same as ISOM. So the haters are like in a spot where it's like, they're being disingenuous. They're not actually paying attention to what the product is, what the actual sales are, and it's doing really well. The next thing is that Eric didn't write this himself. He actually got this out to a team. Now, it's a great team who has a great reputation, but when you're buying something from somebody online like this, usually, like if it's not directly them, that hurts sales quite a bit. That didn't happen here. This is an anomaly in a good way, in a major way, where it's an epic success for July and his team. So I'm excited. I backed this on day one. I can't wait to read this. I know that Chuck and Joe are going to hit it out of the park. I've talked with them about the book, and they're super excited about it and the future projects that they're going to be doing. This is a real competitor to Marvel and DC, and that's why everybody on the left is so afraid about this. Leave a comment down below with what you think about it. Hit that like and subscribe button, my friends. Make sure to back Top Grift. That link will be in the description below for you, and we'll be back soon.